What's up, y'all? This is your boy Jax from the Drop That Podcast, and we are going to get into the shit right now. Wrestling talk. We got a lot of shit to dive into. First things first, WWE's Crown Jewel that took place this past Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Holy shit, this event was fire. Let's get into the matches. Just not even waste any more fucking time. First match, I will have to say this was a sleeper. Two incredible competitors, and it seemed like the crowd didn't even give a fuck. Probably because we've seen this match already pan out before. We saw it at Backlash in Puerto Rico. Now we're seeing it again. We saw it when there was a cash-in of a Money in the Bank contract. I'm talking Io Sky defending the WWE Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. It was so quiet. You could probably hear somebody sneeze. Sad, but I think they could have added a better match or added a four-way match maybe. You know, find a way to put Charlotte Flair into it again, even though she's had multiple world championships already. But why not? I don't see the point of this. Maybe this should have been in the kickoff. We got this at the last minute, but it was Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough, which was an incredible match. I was very entertained. The crowd loves, in Saudi Arabia, they love Sami Zayn. But when it comes down to Io Sky and Bianca Belair, nobody cared. I thought at the time, if you saw one of our last episodes, that we were possibly going to get the debut of Jade Cargill. We didn't get that, but it is what it is. Io Sky, my pick, defeated Bianca Belair. Next thing, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler versus Zoe Stark versus Raquel Rodriguez. 5-way Women's World Championship. Holy shit. I feel like this was a miscommunication with a lot of moves. Everybody was up on the hype, but everybody did a great job. No injuries, and live to fight another day. Rhea Ripley stole the fucking show. Great entrance and retained the Women's World Championship. Moving right along, Rey Mysterio defending the U.S. Championship against Logan Paul. Now, I gotta give credit to Logan Paul. There was a moment where there was a backflip off the second rope of Rey Mysterio, and if Logan Paul didn't catch him, this was going to be very bad for Rey. So kudos to Logan Paul for great in-ring awareness, great communication, and making sure he sticks to the code in professional wrestling, which is look out for your partner, look out for your opponent, make sure they're safe, and vice versa. So he did his thing, and congratulations to Logan Paul, my pick to win his first championship, the U.S. title, and we'll get into how much he's impressing me, but kudos to him. Next thing is Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Now, many of you know that Damian Priest came out with the two Undisputed Tag Team Championships, but he didn't come with his briefcase, aka send your Money in the Bank, due to the fact that in the opening match, which was Seth and Drew, which we'll get into, Sami Zayn stole the briefcase and stopped the cash-in. I actually was calling in for a cash-in on either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, and it didn't happen. Thanks, Sammy. You fucked me over. But my pick, Cody Rhodes defeats Damian Priest. Really great match. It was very entertaining. I liked it. Moving right along, John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. My pick. And I hope you guys are shocked because I knew what this was going to happen. Which, well, I didn't know, but I felt it. You don't want a whole year of Solo being built up in the bloodline, and all of a sudden, he in a big match against everyone is calling him the greatest of all time, just lose selfishly. Solo Sikoa defeats John Cena. And to me, it looked like a fucking squash. But a lot of people believe that this could be the last run of John Cena. I feel like it might be. And it might lead to possibly, because they still haven't talked about it. They still haven't brought it up. And no announcements have been made. But we still don't have a headliner for the Hall of Fame come next year at WrestleMania 40. My pick at WrestleMania 39 was probably going to be The Rock. I felt The Rock was going to be the headliner of the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's getting to a point where he doesn't need to keep coming back. He can just cement his legacy in the Hall of Fame, where it was well-deserved. And it's going to be in Philly. And many people know that everybody yells out in the crowd, in the Rock's fans, they yell out Rocky. And if you're not aware of this, but in the Rocky movies, they yell the same thing. And Rocky Balboa is from Philly. I thought it just connects well. But I won't be mad if John Cena, this is going to be his last run, going straight into Hollywood full-time, just be inducted into the Hall of Fame next year. It's well-deserved. It's a great 10 to 15-year career. 16-time world champion. Made so many attempts to break that record that was prior. It was Ric Flair's record, and now they're both tied at 16 world championships apiece. So, congrats to Solo Sikoa, my pick. And moving right along, Seth freaking Rollins defending the world championship against Drew McIntyre. Yo, this was an incredible fucking match. I picked Seth to retain the world championship, but what I did not predict was that Saudi Arabia crowd, WWE Universe, they wanted Drew to win. Holy shit. And we didn't give the fans what they wanted. But kudos to Seth, kudos to Drew. Great fucking match. We'll get into who won match of the night a little bit later. But let's get right into the main event. One of my picks didn't happen. And I was calling for LA Knight to win by DQ, actually. By DQ. Not the title. But Roman Reigns retained the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, and he did it was a great match. I think a lot of I didn't give too much credit to LA Knight because I've seen him in tag matches and I've seen him in regular type of matches in SmackDown. I wanted to see how he can hold his own in the main event, right? Even though you're gonna lose, let's how this match is gonna be entertaining. I want to see, and this was an incredible match. They did so well. I give kudos to LA Knight. He did his fucking thing. Bravo, homie. Bravo fucking bo. Oh, sorry we missed out on this. This is very well documented, but in the Io Sky Bianca Belair match, we had the returning Cara Zane. Oh yeah, Pirate Girl all day. It looks a hell of a lot different, and she looks better, I would say. She changed her hair blonde, and she's back in the WWE. That's good. That's good. I want to see what she good. I don't think the push for her a few years back was too well, but I want to see. It looks like they're continuing this storyline with Damage Control and Bailey, putting her out. I want to see what they can do with Cara Zane. I think it's going to be interesting this time now that we got Triple H in control and making these storylines stick. These storylines are incredible. But yeah, kudos to all the performers, everyone who won, everyone who put out a good show in the kickoff all the way to the main event in WWE's Crown Jewel. Look forward to seeing how these stories continue all the way to Survivor Series. Now, I want to say we got to give the rewards to let me state this first. We have, as far as WWE Crown Jewel goes, we had to vote. We had to give our vote on and our opinions on who stole the show on certain moments. So, with that being said, on Crown Jewel, we have MVP of the night. We have match of the night. We have in-ring gear of the night. And we have entrance of the night, if I didn't say it already. So we got entrance, ring gear, match, and MVP. So as far as entrance goes, we have Rhea Ripley. She killed it. I loved it. Pyro. This woman is getting all the fucking praise she deserves. I know they were going to give that push 2 years ago. Who the fuck wanted that during the pandemic? Nobody. Nobody was going to be able to see it really live, and that's where it really matters. Now, if you've seen, go back on Peacock and look at her entrance. Her entrance was phenomenal. It looked so biblical, and she came out with, I even gave her ring gear of the night, as far as the women go. She's got entrance of the night and ring gear of the night. Her ring gear, I mean, in Saudi, you have to be very respectful. The women cover up and everything, but they made it work for her. She came out in the Crow inspired face paint. I fucking love it. Her hair was even like it and everything. She is getting the praise that she deserves. The world title looks great on her. Entrance, everything was great. I love it. Kudos to her for her ring gear and her entrance. Also for entrance, got to give it to Logan Paul. Logan Paul has been, ever since he started a couple years back, his entrances are getting a lot better. WrestleMania 39, he came out like he was Shawn Michaels on a zip line. Holy shit. Okay, this guy's having fun with this, and he doesn't even need to do this for a living. He's just getting paid, while he's doing it and having fun. So kudos to him. It looked great with the Doom Buggy. Kudos to him. Also in ring for the men, I will have to give it to Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio came out in Mexican and LWO themed ring gear. Now, the reason why I give it to Rey Mysterio is because look at what he was if you take a look and go on the WWE Network or you go on the Peacock, take a look at when the LWO was created by Eddie Guerrero back in WCW, and the Mexican type of ring gear that Rey Mysterio used to rock. You can see where the budget was and where it is now. Holy shit. The LWO inspired gear is a hell of a lot better now than it was then. Looked like it's surely representing Mexico, surely representing the LWO. It was phenomenal. I love it. Give kudos to him for his ring gear. Now, match of the year. Match of the year, I got to give it to Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Holy shit. This match, the reason why I give this one match of the night is because they had me guessing. They kept having me flip-flopping. Even though I picked Seth to win, I'm still flip-flopping like, oh shit, maybe it could be, is Drew gonna get this? Oh shit. We got a curb stomp. We got a pedigree. We got a fucking future shock DDT. We got a fucking Claymore kick. We had everything. It had me guessing. And I love it when we're like teasing this little kayfabe type of era where you don't know shit behind the scenes. It keeps you guessing. You don't know what's going to happen. And they had me guessing, and they did an incredible job. So I got to give match of the night, Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Now, MVPs. I gave it to 2. First things first, I got to give it to Zoe Stark. Holy shit. Zoe Stark may have not won the match in the 5-way Women's World Championship, but she did, she came to the ring with a knee brace. Now, my thing is that when I see somebody coming into the ring with a knee brace, kind of like the knee braces that Stone Cold Steve Austin used to rock, I feel like they're limited to what they can do. And due to Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the days with his injuries, he was very limited to do certain things or take certain bumps. Like, if you look at it, he took many choke slams by The Undertaker, but you got to go a lot further back in order to see that Stone Cold Steve Austin only took like maybe 1 or 2 tombstones. After certain injuries, he's not taking any more tombstones. It's a risk. She was taking risk. Zoe Stark was taking risk, flying off the top rope, putting her finisher on Rhea Ripley, and look where we at. Now, coming into this past Monday Night Raw, she is now the #1 contender to Rhea Ripley at Survivor Series. Kudos to her. She get MVP of the night. Other MVP of the night, I said it before, what I was praising him for, and that will have to go to Logan Paul, the new U.S. champion. Now, other than the fact that he pretty much saved Rey Mysterio from a very, very nasty bump, he has been impressing me in the last couple of years. Now, I didn't get to verbally say this on record, but his first match with The Miz against Rey and Dominic Mysterio, hated. I didn't understand what was he there for. Then when you fast forward to SummerSlam, when he faces The Miz, I felt The Miz carried him. You know what I mean? Okay, it's very much well documented that he is carrying him. You know, I mean, he beat The Miz with his own finisher. You know what I'm saying? But then what made me give so much respect is see that, this guy, he's got something, is his undisputed WWE Universal Championship match against Roman Reigns at last year's Crown Jewel. Holy shit. He may have not won the match, but he was very fucking entertaining. I mean, even though he lost the match, everybody was just talking about the viral moment of flying off the top rope and frog splashing Roman Reigns on the table while he's holding a phone on IG Live. Holy shit. You know what I mean? He's getting, that match was so entertaining. I thought it was going to be a carry, and it happened, and it wasn't. You know, he gave a viral moment at the Royal Rumble. Then he got into an incredible storyline with Seth freaking Rollins that led to a match at WrestleMania 39. He may have lost, but that match was very entertaining. He even frog splash KSI on the table. Holy shit. So, what else did he do? Oh, he kept it entertaining at Money in the Bank in London. Then he went into SummerSlam against Ricochet, won his match. Very entertaining match. These two are great. For a big guy doing all these luchador moves, being trained by the legendary, greatest in-ring performer of all time, Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. Holy shit. And look what he does against Rey Mysterio. I'm interested to see what he can do. Now that he's a champion, he needs to be a defending champion. You can't be just disappearing to go do impulsive on your podcast, or going to do these one-off boxing matches. You got your win against Dylan Dennis. Who gives a shit? Now let's see what you can do. Let's see you go to Survivor Series, defend that title. I want to see you go to the Royal Rumble, defend that title. Let's see how far you can go with storylines as the U.S. champion. But kudos to him. MVP of the night goes to Logan Paul and Zoe Stark. Lastly, let's get into it. It's just been announced by Adam Pearce, GM of Raw, that War Games is going down. But a match is actually being set for War Games, and it's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, main event Jey Uso, the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins, and Sami Zayn against Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough of the Judgment Day. I'm a little on the fence of this because, one, last year we had a 5-on-5. Why is it a 4-on-4? You know? 2, they boosted with Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis that this was, let the games begin. That little line that Adam Pearce said to Nick Aldis, like it was going to be a Raw versus SmackDown again, like they're going to compete. This doesn't make them a competition anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody on these War Games, in this War Games match, is a Raw competitor. Where the hell is the SmackDown competitor? Where we are competing with SmackDown. Okay, so it's the 5-on-5. You're not competing with SmackDown, even though you teased us a month or two ago. And 3, You already announced that. Well, I mean, I don't know if this is official. We gotta really think about it. But it shows that Roman Reigns is not gonna be at Survivor Series. Taking another fucking break. Dude, you just took 3 months. Now we gotta take another break. Okay. You took a break. So at least we got a world championship that's gonna be here and probably defended. No, it's not. Because now we got the World Heavyweight Champion a part of War Games. So no world title defense. Okay. I hope there's something to do, something big is happening with War Games, with Survivor Series. I was not impressed last year. Yeah, we knew it was Drew and what is it? What are the other guys' names? What is it? Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Sheamus, and his Brute brothers all going up against the Bloodline last year. But it's like, okay, that's a 5-on-5. But anybody knows what other match was that event? It was one match. One match. Nobody remembers the other matches. Okay, the whole War Games took over the entire fucking event, and that's all we remember it. Survivor Series sucked. Just saying. I hope we're not going to go through this shit again, because you got people back now. Sami Zayn, 2 years in a row is going to end up in War Games. Seth freaking Rollins is the world champion. We got 2 world titles now. Main event, Jey Uso in another War Games, but this time, once again, teaming with Sammy, actually. And you got Cody fucking Rhodes, the American Nightmare, in War Games. Finally, because he was injured last year. So it's like, I really hope this is going to be a bigger card. I hope there's going to be some competitiveness. Stop teasing us when it's a Raw SmackDown situation, because now it shows not. I mean, what room is it for the Bloodline? What do you do with Solo Sikoa? What do you do with Jimmy Uso? This would have been perfect to have Jimmy Uso, in the War Games match to lead into WrestleMania and possibly in a match against his brother Jey Uso. But whatever. It's only the first week. We still got a week and a half left till Survivor Series. Hopefully something builds up. But that is our show for the rest of the night. I'm your boy Jax. This is the Drop That Podcast. Go ahead and click on subscribe, or you can find us on youtube.com/@DropThatPodcast, or see us talking our shit when it comes down to pro wrestling, MMA, boxing, hip hop, film and television, all on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can find us on DropThatPod_13. I'm your boy Jax. We out.